Hello there, stranger who's been living under a rock for the past 3 years who doesn't have TikTok. I want to introduce you to the PlayStation Portable. So, if, as you can guess by the intro, we're going to be talking about my PlayStation Portable collection or my PSP collection. I don't think anybody has ever said PlayStation Portable instead of PSP when they talk about the PSP. I was about to say PlayStation Portable again, but for some reason, when I'm discussing the thing, I want to extend it out to the full name. But anyway, without further ado, let's just jump into the collection. Starting off, we've got some Japanese games. Now, as you all can tell, I'm not Japanese, and I also do not know Japanese. So, unfortunately, some of these games I may not get around to playing the Japanese versions of, but I like having them in my collection because, unlike, or I guess similar to, I don't know why I said unlike, but similar to the people that I just mocked in that intro, some of my PSP habits are a little poserish. I know, I know. The third birthday for the PSP. So I've played Parasite Eve 1, and it's funny because I got Parasite Eve 2 first before I got 1. But I played Parasite Eve 1. I didn't beat it because I got filtered like halfway through. But I actually really like Parasite Eve 1 a lot, and I really want to get around to actually finishing it come October when I do my whole spooky game marathon thing again. The third birthday is the third entry into the Parasite Eve franchise. And to be honest, I really don't know how well this connects to Parasite Eve 1 and 2. I don't know what people think about this game, but I'm very, very excited to try it out because it's more Parasite Eve. And hopefully I like Parasite Eve 2 as well, because if I don't like Parasite Eve 2, then I might not even bother with the third birthday. But it's just so aesthetic, guys. Just like everything about the PSP. Next up, I've got this Evangelion game. I don't know what the subtitle is. It's like Evangelion something something. Uh, yeah, we're already off to a great start, aren't we? I also have not seen Evangelion. When I tell you that my PSP collection, when I first started off, was built off of vibes and vibes alone, I truly mean that. Retro gaming has been this like comfort space for me. Every single time I look at old tech, old hardware, like hardware from when I was at least like one or two. Like, and I'm not talking like stuff that's like way older. I think the N64 PS1 era is kind of like where I'm like, this is where things start for me. Not really as big into like the SNES and the Genesis as other collectors are, but this Evangelion game, I saw it on TikTok. Man, things are not going great, are they? I saw this game on TikTok and I was like, I actually kind of want to own this thing. So I ordered it online and hopefully I get to watch Evangelion and play this game and have something more substantive to say, aside from the fact that my PSP collection started off really, really TikTok heavy. Next up, I've got Final Fantasy Tactics. I believe this one was actually gifted to me by a friend. And the thing with Final Fantasy is that I like mainline Final Fantasy. I have not played Final Fantasy Tactics or any Final Fantasy Tactics game, and I'm really excited to eventually get to one. I don't know if this will be one of them. I know there are some PSP games you can play in English that come from the Japanese, but that's just how it is for some Japanese games in general. That's just not just a PSP thing. So I'm excited to hopefully get to this if it has English dialogue options. If it doesn't, please break my heart in the comments below. Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. So we're getting into the games I've actually played, right? This Castlevania game is hard, man. I don't know if I'm getting filtered. I don't know if the Castlevania truthers are going to come after me and go, you suck at these games, man, because this game is not difficult or this game is one of the lesser difficult ones. We can be vulnerable here. I had a hard time playing this game. I'm gonna keep it a being with you. I like certain aspects of it. There was a lot of brute forcing my way through things. I think I got like about halfway through, more than halfway through. So it's hard, man. I want to give it another go around, but I got filtered, man. I just want to say it. Ganache got filtered, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even though I just said I want to get back to this game as soon as possible, so stop calling me a poser. Next up, I've got Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Man, what could not be said about Final Fantasy VII? I'm definitely not treading any new ground. I don't think I can tread new ground as somebody who hasn't played this game, but I want to, right? And it's because everyone talks about this game. If there's anything about me, I'm really trying to get out of the mindset of FOMO, that fear of missing out, and I will play this game when I'm good and I'm ready. I'm already being pushed a lot by my algorithms to play Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, but I'm trying my best to like slow down on it because overall, I just don't have the bandwidth right now for Final Fantasy. We got Daxter. Now, I actually played a little bit of this. I played a little bit of this before I finished Jack 1, and it was mostly because I was just curious about how a game focused on the deuteragonist or like the second protagonist of the series would play out. And the game is fine. It's not really something that I felt drawn to keep playing, as you could probably tell. But after I finished Jack 1, I actually am a little bit more interested in playing this. And since I started Jack 2, I'm definitely way more interested in playing this since it's that in between period between the events of the ending of Jack 1 and the beginning of Jack 2. This Gaia Infinite. At first, I was going to go, I don't really remember when I got this game, but I do remember when I got this game. This was from the SoCal Gaming Convention, I believe. And yeah, it's a Disgaea game. I've talked about Disgaea in a couple of my other collection videos. Um, Still gotta really sit down and finish one of these, but man, when I finish it and I love it because I know it will happen, we are so ready and we are so back. We're so back. Speaking of Disgaea 2, Dark Heroes Days, uh, same thing. So this one kind of has cooler cover art. I'm actually way more excited to get to this one as opposed to Disgaea Infinite. Dissidia Final Fantasy. Okay, I thought it was Final Fantasy Dissidia, maybe, but it's actually Dissidia Final Fantasy. Look at that cover, man. You see Cloud, you see Titus, you see those are like the two FF protagonists I know, but I know some of these guys just off of their art, right? But I think it's like a whole multiverse like Final Fantasy adventure, and that already has me like I'm already intrigued, man. I told you, man, I'm a sucker for crossovers. I love crossovers with every fiber of my being. Whether it's to promote like Japanese noodles or it's like for actual story purposes, give me a crossover, a multiverse between two large conglomerate IPs now. Final Fantasy. Okay, that's a good bit, but I'm gonna actually talk a little more about this game. I believe this is a port of the first game, or like a reimagining of the first game. Uh, I do want to play the first game eventually because everyone said that there's something to gain from at least like one Final Fantasy game, and hopefully, since this is like the one version of Final Fantasy one that I own, that's gonna be this one. God of War: Chains of Olympus. I have already gotten the whole background on the God of War games from YouTube videos. Between like the Greek saga, the Norse saga I played. But I still want to go through these games. I still want to kind of experience what exactly happened, especially since people say these handheld games, these side games, aside from 1, 2, and 3, that complement 1, 2, and 3, are actually like well worth experiences. And I want to see if they're right, man. I really do. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City Stories. I have only played one GTA game, and it's GTA 5. I know people don't really talk that much about campaigns for GTA games, so I'm gonna say I played GTA 5, even though I didn't finish this campaign. But I do want to play the other mainline GTA games: San Andreas, Vice City, 3. Those games I primarily own on the PS3 and original Xbox. But these side games or whatever, I don't see many people talk about them, so I kind of want to try them out. I've seen most people talk about like stuff like Liberty City Stories and like even just like Sleeping Dogs, which I don't know if it's done by Rockstar, but I think it's like done by a studio that's obviously inspired by the Grand Theft Auto series. So I am excited to eventually get to something like this. Hopefully, you'll hear that a lot. Actually, I'm sorry if you don't think it's worth, but you'll hear it a lot. Gran Turismo, the real driving simulator. Oh yeah, okay. I thought I just said the driving simulator. I got that right. So I actually have played this game a little bit. I enjoyed my time with it. So it's Gran Turismo, but it's on the go. So like, I'm not really a Gran Turismo like fanatic. I'm like, oh my goodness, these games look really polished and well done. And of course, they are insanely accurate and faithful driving simulators. But in terms of like what I personally got out of them, there's not really that much to be honest. So uh, I had fun with this game. That's what I want to say. And at the end of the day, isn't that the goal of all games? Isn't the goal just to like have fun with the games that we play? No, it's just to rage bait online. Oh, okay, well, this game sucks. Jack and Daxter, The Lost Frontier, baby. Oh my goodness. I think this was the last Jack and Daxter game, and people feel some type of way about it because of that. As a Sly Cooper fan, Sly Cooper fans rise up. We know how we feel about our last games and judging them way too harshly. I've heard Jack and Daxter fans say this game is judged too harshly. I don't really know how true that statement is, but I really want to play it. And I think the last time I ever heard about this game was when it got ported over to the PS5 for their whole initiative with getting their retro catalog on like actual systems like their PS4 and their PS5 ecosystem. So I really want to get to this, man. I really do. And I'm not saying that just because I genuinely have grown to love the Jack and Daxter franchise. Killzone Liberation. Um, yeah, I don't know. Was Killzone like that back in the day? I really don't. Can someone please let me know? When I was younger and the PS4 came out, I was like around 12 or 11 when the PS4 came out. Uh, Killzone Shadowfall, dog, that game, oh, it had me in a chokehold. I wanted it so bad, but I didn't have a PS4, and I was 12/11, so my mom wasn't gonna get me something like that. So now that I'm older, I have Killzone Shadowfall, and I have Killzone Liberation, I have the original Killzone. I have the Killzone collection for the PS3, and there's just no. I have not gotten to it. There's no drive to get to the Killzone games. I want to try out Killzone Liberation because shooters on handhelds are just so interesting to me for some reason. I just don't know what it is, man. But if there's any truthers, please, please let me know in the comment section below. Destiny has never left the change. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So I'm just getting into Kingdom Hearts. And when you're just getting into something, of course, you go all in. When you're learning how to draw, you get the most expensive equipment you can. When you learn how to do anything, you make sure you take those master classes. That's why, as a Kingdom Hearts wannabe fan, I had to get every single Kingdom Hearts game that came into my peer review. And that's why I've got Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. It's also hard to do because a lot of the Kingdom Hearts games are like definitive titles for their systems. So Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, I have not played this game, of course, as I wanted to give off through my eloquent rambling. But boy, do I want to play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. How many times have you heard that in the past like month? Mega Man Maverick Hunter X? Mega Man X Maverick Hunter? Is it Mega Man Maverick Hunter X? How does this? I assume it's Mega Man X Maverick Hunter since it's Mega Man X on the cover. But anyway, I haven't played this game. Actually, correction. I played a little bit of this game. Mega Man Powered Up, which is like the other PSP game, I think. I have not played, and I do want to play. But I played a little bit of this game. I want to play more of this game, of course. I'm no stranger to Mega Man. I'm a stranger to this, though. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. After playing Metal Gear Solid 4, I felt like I was kind of in a limbo in terms of which Metal Gear Solid game to play next. And some people are like, "Oh, you can play Peace Walker and Portable Ops and all these other stuff, or like Portable Ops 2. Make sure you get like some in between periods because I think those are all big boss games. I don't think any of them are Solid Snake games. But like you could play all of those, like understand like what's going on before you hop into 5 because 5 is a big boss game. So like you go from 3, which is a big boss game, to 4, which is a Solid Snake game, and 5, which is a big boss game, and you get to this. But the thing is, though, is that like nobody talks about these games. At least like when I finished Metal Gear Solid 1, people are like, dude, you got to play Metal Gear Solid 2. So I played Metal Gear Solid 2. I was like, this is one of the greatest games of all time. I was like, this is a banger. Top 15, in my top 15 all time easily. And then I played Metal Gear Solid 3, and I'm like, there's also a banger. This is my top 20 of all time. I have 2 over 3. I know, crazy thing to say. And then I played 4, and I was like, this is pretty good. I don't know if it's in my top 50, but I still was like, it's weird. It's this. I have this weird relationship with Metal Gear Solid 4. But all these other Metal Gear Solid games, especially ones for the PSP, I don't really know how to feel about them. So, or feel about them enough to the point of playing them. So, if anyone is a Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker truther, or any of the Metal Gear Solid handheld games, and wants to give their pitch in terms of why I should play these, you already know where to find me. Speaking of Metal Gear Solid, again, Portable Ops kind of goes into what I said earlier. I think this is a Solid Snake game because I see old Snake on the cover, but on the back. But if that's not the case, I want to get crucified. I know what the difference between Big Boss and Solid Snake is. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. It's so funny. Every single time I think about Midnight Club, I think about like that one Pierre Bourne song or whatever. Butterfly by Pierre Bourne, where he just randomly shouts out Midnight Club Dub Edition. And then I think about Lil Tecca, and he was like, "Oh, one of the things I keep with me is my PSP." And I'm like, "Brother, no, you do not carry your PSP around with you." That's low key something I'm gonna reserve for the PlayStation handhelds video, not for this video. Even though I'm talking about a PlayStation handheld, but Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, I haven't played this game. maybe booted it up for like 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna count that as playing. And yeah, I really want to get into the more aspects of this game, but I just have not really sat down and been like, I'm going to play Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Like I've never done that. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes. The Naruto games are so interesting to me because they are like kind of almost adjacent to Dragon Ball games in terms of the type of games that Black people will play, and in the anime realm, of course. And I've not played Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes to put that out there. I've only played Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 and like a little bit of 2. I wasn't really an Ultimate Ninja Storm guy growing up. That was more my brother's lane. I don't hear much about this game. I think this game doesn't have good reviews or Metacritic scores or whatever, but like it's a portable anime game. Dragon Ball is really the only lane that can survive and something like that. So I mean shonen portable anime game, right? So yeah, Parappa the Rapper. Let me get on my soapbox right now and talk about why Parappa the Rapper sucks. Okay, and I'm not even saying this to rage bait or to be whatever. I'm genuinely saying this. I'm looking the camera dead in its eye right now and saying Parappa the Rapper sucks, and it's because the inputs are just so weird. I don't know what it is. People are like, "Oh, well, you have to pay attention to the music, and not the buttons. Like not when they're being timed or whatever." And it's like, okay, even when I do that, I'm still getting off beat, and I still have to try things again. It's crazy too because the chicken level, and I'm gonna use this moment to glaze myself a little bit. Everyone was like, "Oh, the chicken level is super hard." I got a friend, shout out Sam, and he was like, "Oh man, the chicken level is super tough." I'm like, the chicken level was the one level I was good at. I was every other level I sucked at completely. The chicken level I got first try, and then I get to the end of the game. Right, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to finally beat this game, so I can finally put this to rest. And then the whole time I'm sitting there like, I can't even beat this level because what is happening? I I'm doing everything right, I think, but no, it's just not. It's just not working. I don't know. Rapper the Rapper is the first game where it being charmy, whimsy, cutesy or whatever, full of whimsical, is the first time that has ever supplanted all criticism of a game. Uh, I really don't like Rapper the Rapper, man. I'm just keeping it a beat. Not like this, like hatred for it, but it's just like, dog, this is it. This is the goat. I'm not gonna lie though, he's fresh out though. But this is the guy. Patapon. I've not played Patapon yet. I got this game last year, end of last year. Uh, it's a PlayStation cult classic, so of course I had to get it. I mean, you see that Best of 2008 award from IGN. Oh my goodness, I thought that was an E3 Best of 2008 award or something. Never mind. Let's take that out the video. I want to play Patapon eventually. So, next up I got Persona 3 Portable. I think P3 Portable, the English version, is kind of expensive. I think maybe I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I own P3 Portable digitally on my Switch, and I got this from a friend. Shout out to him when he came out from Japan, and I was like, "Dog, let's go!" Now I don't think the English version. I don't think you can switch to English in this game, right? And so I've been told, oh, it's time to learn Japanese. And I'm like, brother, I don't even know my own native tongue. How am I supposed to learn Japanese? So it's one of those things where I will probably just end up playing Reload like I did last year. Like last year, I started Reload. I still need to get back to it. But P3 Portable, what a game, man. In terms of its not criteria, it's repertoire, it's reputation. Wow, that took way too long. Ratchet and Clank, size matters. Size matters. Ratchet and Clank Size Matters is a game for the PSP. That's all I can say about it, really. I like Ratchet and Clank. I miss when there used to just be innuendos in the titles. Now they got stuff like Rift Apart, well, and just all this other sci-fi, whatever. But yeah, man, oh, we used to strike gold. And look at his face, man. He knows what he's doing. I don't know how good the quality of this game is. To be honest, it doesn't look that good, but people have told me that all the Ratchet and Clank games post a trilogy have maintained this like weird level of quality where it's like you don't expect them to be pretty good, but they're actually still pretty good. Like the Future series, very excited to actually play that. So, yeah, Ratchet and Clank, man, size matters. Sonic Rivals 2. I have played this game actually. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. When I was growing up, I wanted to play Sonic Rivals so bad, but I grew up with a DS and not a PSP. Well, I did grow up with a PSP, but like I broke it like my like second day of owning it. So uh, Dad was not happy about that. Don't have much to say about this game, to be honest. It kind of feels a little clunky. I wish it felt better, but I think I own this and Sonic Rivals 1, but 2 is the game I'm a little more familiar with. And I don't think I enjoy it that much, to be honest. So, but it's an interesting game. I wish it kind of got a little bit more buzz around it. The Sims 2. I like The Sims 3. I like The Sims 4. I don't know how I feel about The Sims 2 because I did not grow up playing The Sims 2. The Sims 3 was the game I grew up with, slash The Sims 4. The Sims 4 came out when I was like 12, so like I pretty much also grew up with that one. But The Sims 2, I did not grow up with. I have a friend, shout out Ethan, and he is a Sims 2 truther, right? This is his version of The Sims. And I want to eventually play this game, kind of understand how his mind works with this, right? But I don't. I can't attest to it, man. I'm more of a Sims 3 guy, so don't tell the Sims 1 guys I said that though. I have no desire to play the Sims 1. Tekken Dark Resurrection. Okay, that was like Tekken Dark Destruction or something. This I have actually played a little bit of, and it's a fine Tekken game. I My first Tekken game was Tekken 3. That's because I bought it, I played it, and I was like, oh, okay, I played it for a little bit, and I was like, this is fine. Tekken 8, I enjoy a lot, but I don't own Tekken 8. Someone else does. My friend group, shout out Luke. I just played with him when we had the time, aka the one time we played it together. But Tekken Dark Resurrection, I played quite a few times. I like it. It's solid. Uh, I'm the last person to judge the quality of fighting games. I'll reference the Dragon Ball Fighters video I made. That is kind of its own special case because it's Dragon Ball, and it was the one time I was super invested into a fighting game. I'm trying to get more into fighting games this year, but we'll see if time allows. But Tekken Dark Resurrection is a fine game in the opinion of someone who is not well versed in fighting game mechanics. Swinging action with the Secret Saturdays. Beasts of the Fifth Son. I owned this game on the PlayStation 2 growing up. I was a huge Secret Saturdays fan, man. One of the best twists at the end of its season 1 that I have ever encountered, man. Oh my gosh. Now I am 24, which is crazy to say. And I've encountered way better twists in my media, but this one has a special place in my heart because I remember being visibly shocked at that twist. I'm not going to say it, even though it's like a 28-year-old 20-year-old ish cartoon. So, but the Secret Saturdays Beast of the Fifth Son. I actually have a really funny story about this one. I was at GameStop, and this is back when GameStop started like launched their retro games initiative, and I would go to different GameStops that I knew had retro games. I'd be like, oh, okay, like looking through and be like, oh, they got this, they got that. I've got some pretty cool stuff. I got Ghost in the Shell for the PS1. Through that, shout out GameStop, man. And that's the one time I'll say shout out GameStop because they're actually pulling their weight now. So I bought this game, and as I'm checking out, the guy was like, "Secret Saturdays, Beast of the Fifth Son." I was like, "Ha, yep, this is a childhood game." I was like, "Dog, you're really gonna come for my childhood pick like that?" Yes, I'm buying the Secret Saturdays Beast of the Fifth Son for the PSP in the year 2024. I make my own money, man. I don't know what to tell you. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. I don't like Michael Bay formers. I don't like the Transformers of this era. I got into Transformers through Transformers 1, and to be honest, there's not that much Transformers content outside of Transformers 1 that has stuck the landing for me, which sucks. But we're not getting like Transformers 2. Like I want to get like a sequel to that because like that brand of Transformers is like where Transformers like finally clicked for me. So, and it sucks because now I gotta just like deal with trying to like dip my toe into the pool of Transformers with like Michael Bay former stuff. So I don't even know if this is a Michael Bay game. I'm probably never gonna play this thing. I'm just gonna keep it a beat with you. This is not a game, but I got to do it to him. Boom! Open season for the PSP. I heard that watching PSP movies like nowadays, like in 2024, so that's 2025, so that's 2026, is it kind of sucks. You wouldn't choose that over like watching it on Netflix, but but it's not a bad first time experience, right? It's not a bad like, all right, like we just found this nice Chinese place to eat at. Let's eat at it for the one time. And it's not bad, of course, because it's like Chinese. It can't really be like there's like a bottom limit to how bad it could be. But like you're not really gonna order from there again because you got your go-to spots. Like you just chose a new spot. Maybe you're in a new city. But analogy aside, um, I don't think I'm ever gonna watch Open Season on my PSP. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch Open Season again. I thought that movie was like kind of mid as a kid, so I don't care to watch Open Season on my PSP. I know, shocker. Oh, shocker. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, there it is. There's the UMD for the game. I own it. I don't have actual cover art for it, so that kind of sucks. But the game is here, and I probably want to get to this one more, and I want to get to Vice City Stories, as I mentioned before. But it's here. And Street Fighter 3 Alpha Max or Street Fighter Alpha Max 3. I think it's Street Fighter 3 Alpha Max. I think there's like a re-released version of Street Fighter 3. But I also got that. I also love the design of this UMD, by the way, like the clear case part of it, where it's kind of almost like futuristic. I don't know. I mean, I think there are some UMDs that have this kind of coating or this kind of shell, but I like it specifically on this game. So, and yeah, I think I've also touched this game for like a little bit, and it's not bad, but I'm definitely not as experienced with it as I am with Tekken, uh, Dark Resurrection. And finally, my last PSP game. Boom! We got a Little Big Planet for the PSP. And I just think it's so cute how bro is like in his tiny little PSP sleeve. And yeah, so it's the not for resale option. So I couldn't really scan my barcode when I was putting this into my collecting app. But I don't know. I like it a lot. It has this nice little charm, and I feel like it kind of like really puts a nice little bow on my PSP collection. Little Big Planet for the PSP. But that's gonna do it. So those were all my PSP games. I really hope you guys can join me next time as we will dig into the PlayStation Vita. Excited about that. The collection is not nearly as big since I modded my Vita, so unfortunately about that. But I think it's going to be a nice video because the small games I do have for the PlayStation Vita are games I really enjoyed and games that I have pretty much a near 100% intention rate to get to or that I've already gotten to. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.